Hi there, welcome back to my channel if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome back to my page if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram or wherever I decide to post this, or my blog, wherever. Hey. So my name is Janelle and I, by day, write a lifestyle blog for mystical millennial homemakers and hustlers at janelle.com. By night, I am an astrologer for those spiritual hustlers, my purpose-driven businesswomen who are looking for a complete clarity on why they're here, what they're meant to do, and how they're meant to do it. And I help those women through my mogul magic sessions, which are intuitive natal chart readings. So I'm going to talk astrology with you today. Shocker, of course. I'm going to do some I guess astrology 101 today. So what is a natal chart, first of all? So your natal chart is essentially a blueprint that you were born with. So based on the very moment that you were born and where the planets were aligned at that very moment, you now have this cheat code that gives you insight into your personality and your life path. I'm probably going to have to do a full video on exactly what a natal chart is and how to read it and all that stuff, but I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and we're going to talk about 3 of those signs. So basically, when it comes to astrology, the average person just knows about your sun sign, or knows what their sun sign is. So this is the sign that you have been reading about in magazines since you were 12, when you're trying to figure out if you and your little boyfriend are going to work out. That's your sun sign, S-U-N. But astrology is so much deeper than that. You actually have a myriad of signs, and that is why you'll never meet someone who is the same zodiac as you or same sun sign who is exactly the same as you. So think about what your sign is, right? Your zodiac. And have you ever met someone and they say that they're the same sign as you and you're just looking at them you're different, you are not one of us, you're just not. The reason for that is because, like I mentioned earlier, the sun sign is just a sliver of our personality. We actually have an entire map with a bunch of planets that give insight into who we are. Not only do you have your sun sign, but you have your Jupiter sign, your Mars, your Mercury, your Venus, your midheaven, your North Node, your South Node, your Pluto, your Saturn sign, your Juno, your Pallas, your Chiron, however people pronounce it differently, but there's your Vesta, also your Lilith. So basically all these different planets mean something different for your personality, and we all have a completely different map. We all have a completely different natal chart, because in order to create a natal chart, you have to input information such as exactly where you were born in terms of city and state, your birth date, and the exact time of birth. So we need to know exactly what time you were born. So I have a lot of people who are calling their moms Mom, what time was I born? I need to do this natal chart thing. So if you are kind of sort of just getting into astrology, or you've been hanging out on astrology pages and stuff, you'll see a lot of people talking about their sun, moon, and rising signs. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm not going to go too deep today with all of the signs. We're just going to concentrate on these 3, because this is going to really help you to understand just the foundations of why you'll never meet someone with the same zodiac sign as you who is just like you or acts exactly like you. So, as I mentioned, we all know our sun sign. Even if a person claims to not be into astrology, everyone knows what their sun sign is, right? So your sun sign has a lot to do with who you are as an individual, has a lot to do with your ego. Your sun sign is going to have a lot to do with how you show up in your career, whether you're a competitive person or not. Really just drives the way how you want to define yourself in the world. But again, there's so much more. So then there's also your moon sign. So your moon sign is actually a better indicator of who you actually are, because This is who you are on an emotional level. This is who you are when no one's looking. This is a part of ourselves that we don't show to a lot of people. Only those closest to us see our moon sign personality, especially when we are romantically involved with a person. So a lot of times people will be like, I'm a Gemini, he's a Sagittarius, are we really gonna work? But you really, just going off your sun sign is not even gonna really give you a lot of accuracy on that. Actually comparing your moon signs would be a lot more accurate, in addition to some other things. But if you don't know everything else, if you at least know the moon sign, that's going to really help you. This is who you are on a subconscious level. You are not putting on a show for people, when you're not pretending to be anyone else or pretending to conform to anything, and you are just completely free. That is your moon sign. So for me personally, I prefer to know a person's moon sign over their sun sign, because then that gives me a more accurate depiction of who they truly are, not who they say they are, you know. Then there is your rising sign, who is who you appear to be. So your rising sign is who or how you come across to people. Your rising sign will also tell you a lot about your physical features, which is really, really cool. So a lot of people with the same rising signs may have similar kinds of features. Obviously, nobody has the same exact face unless they're an identical twin, but there might be certain characteristics about you and someone else who has the same rising sign as you. So it's kind of like your mask, you know. I like to call it your work face. Because when you go to work, you're not like your true self. I mean, most people aren't. But this is how you come across to people. This is people's first impression of you. Your rising sign can also give a little bit of tell into your style, how you like to dress. Your 3 signs can actually be totally different, like mine are. So for example, I'm an Aries sun, I'm a Gemini moon, and then I'm a Taurus rising. You can have 2 out of 3 signs that are the same. So for example, I have a friend who is Aquarius sun and rising, but her moon is something different. So that just means that she has an abundance of Aquarius energy. And every once in a while, you'll meet a person who has all 3 signs that are completely the same. So I have someone in my group, the Astro Hive, which you should join if you haven't already, on Facebook. I have someone in my group who is an Aries sun, moon, and rising. So she is like all Aries, total Aries, all the way turned up, which is so interesting to me. So, you know, when you have a lot of your signs the same, it just means that you have to work a little bit harder to balance out some of that energy, right? So especially like Aries, which is such a strong sign, and it's a fire sign. I haven't seen her full chart, but hopefully she has some other things in there that balances her out a little bit. So I hope this quick lesson helps. Sun sign, again, has a lot to do with your individuality and who you're working towards becoming. Your moon sign is who you are on a subconscious level, on an emotional level. Your inner self, the part of you that you don't share with a lot of people. And then there's your rising sign, which is how you appear to people. So I hope I just kept it super simple for you and that it's not complicated to understand. I really hope you found this helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. I also want to let you know that our shop is officially open, so feel free to check it out. I'll also leave that link in the description as well. Right now I'm just starting off with 3 shirts. So pick one up for yourself, for a loved one. They would make a great gift. They're super cute. And that is it for today. So check me out at janelle.com. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can like me on Facebook. You can join my amazing group, the Astro Hive, on Facebook. And you can also find me at Twitter, on Twitter, excuse me. And everything is at Janelle. Super easy to find me. It's hard to hide. So I hope you learned something new today. I would love to know what your sun, moon, and rising signs are and how they show up for you in your life. So thank you so much for watching today. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!